going on, YouTube? Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I was on the road, but I got a chance to watch the Haymon Hank Lundy versus Crawford fight. You know, on a pirated site. So it was a good thing I had an internet connection. And I was able to watch the fight and whatnot. But yeah, man, it was a entertaining fight. I mean, it was 5 rounds. Got a knockout. Hank Lundy, he came to fight. I learned something about Hank Lundy, man. I always seen him in a whole bunch of fights, hammer Hank Lundy, whether it was against Beltran or, that Beltran fight was a good fight. Recently Mauricio Herrera fight, that was a fight, But he's come up short in a lot of fights, but I didn't even know he didn't even have much of an amateur background, man. He's pretty much learning on the job. And he did a pretty good job, as far as his boxing career. He needs to step it up, man. He needs to really step it up. I'm surprised he only had about, he got a real late start, man. He only had a late start, man. I think he only had, I think the color commentator said he only had, maybe, a couple of amateur fights or whatever like that, and he was getting held his own, I guess, with some of the top amateurs. I'm not pretty sure, but I can't rewind or nothing like that, man. I saw it on the pirated site, but yeah, man, he's still kind of like green, dude. A lot of people say he didn't have like a lot of wear and tear because he didn't have much of an amateur career at all. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, what if? But that seems like that's gonna be the career of Hammer Hank Lundy. Like, what if? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think some of that is his own doing and stuff like that. Maybe you need a better promotion. Just better guidance as far as management. To guide his career and whatnot. But one thing they did point out was Terrance Crawford being large. You know what I'm saying? He did look big up in there, man. He was noticeably bigger than Hammer and Hank Lundy. Lundy doesn't look like he's a small guy. These guys are heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? But what was they fighting at? Like maybe 140. You already talking about Terrance Crawford moving up to 147. And I already felt, in my opinion, I think I did something about, I think I did a piece on Terrance Crawford. I think I made a couple of videos about Terrance Crawford. I'm not even sure, man. I know I did the cornbread one, But anyway, moving along, man. It don't matter. But in my opinion, I'll probably repeat myself, that I thought Terrance Crawford was going to be like maybe the next, rising star, at least coming out of the, that weight class, that 147, weight class. And it's going to be, highly contested, man. That 147 is going to come back. I mean, it's to me, is at like its prominence right now. But a lot of those small guys and like 147, the top guys now at 140 are going to eventually move up to 147. 147 is going to be kind of stacked for a minute, man. At least for like the next 3 years. It's kind of like stacked now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even looking at box record. Outside of Amir Khan going up to 160. I guess, or 155, whatever weight class Canelo has, he's outside of Amir Khan going up to Canelo's weight class, you know what I'm saying? So it's all Canelo Alvarez's weight class, you know what I'm saying? Going up to his weight class. I don't know if they're fighting at 160 or 155 or whatever, but it doesn't matter, Amir Khan, I guess, might move up. He might move back down. But you got Amir Khan, where you got Lamont Peterson. What do you got? Danny the Swift Garcia. Timothy Bradley, Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Showtime Porter. Adrien Broner might come back. You know what I'm saying? And it will kind of benefit Adrien Broner. I know I'm going off kind of like on a rant, but it'll kind of benefit Adrien Broner if Crawford would move up, because it looks like Bob Arum is eyeing Adrien Broner right now as like the next fight, which would be great, man. The dude holds the belt at 140. And, Adrien Broner holds the belt at 140. Man, I like, Adrien Broner a little bit better than I like Terrance Crawford. But hey, man, hey, if you're gonna hold that belt, man, you might as well just unify it or something. Take on the challenge. I mean, you got Ashley Theophane. I mean, who else you got out there at 140? Who's that Postal guy? Victor Postal. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But Terrance Crawford, he did a great job. Took his time. Hank Lundy, he switches over to like southpaw. Must have been like the third or fourth round, and then I guess he dipped a little bit too low. So you gotta keep them gloves up, man. You gotta keep them gloves up. You start getting sloppy when you get tired, man. And he got caught. And Crawford finished him, man, in great fashion. He was expected to win, but it was good that he won by a knockout. It was good that he won by a knockout. He put Thomas Delorme away. He put Hank Lundy away. He's putting guys away. And I'm really interested in seeing who he fights next. As long as he stays active, those super fights or whatever like that, they'll come. As long as he takes care of business, So I'm happy for him. Hank Lundy. You know what? I didn't want to do it. It's just certain guys you kind of just wish the best for, man. I wish the best for like Hank Lundy. I was kind of maybe hoping that he'll get the upset, especially after that first round. I'm thinking like, man, Hank Lundy's coming out. He's coming out fired. I'd like to see him get an upset. I'll be happy for him. Like if he had beat Terrance Crawford, I wouldn't have felt so sad for Terrance. And I would have been, really happy for him and Hank Lundy, because it would have been like the biggest win of his career outside the Alushigan. Who was that? Jose Alushigan. What was that guy's name? Was he a Nigerian or something like that? Out of that fight, you know what I'm saying? He schooled that guy. He schooled old boy, because Lucas Matisse beat him up. And then Hammer Hank Lundy, he did his thing. And then we ain't seen that guy since. But other than that, man, wish Hammer and Hank the best. But let me know what y'all think. Who's next, man? Because Bob Arum said something about, mention Adrien Broner's name. Just being a fan of Adrien Broner. I'm not, we'll see, man. We'll see. We can, Crawford can, beat up on somebody else, but I don't know. But I'm sort of thinking that Crawford can just go over it. Adrien Broner don't move his head and all that stuff too much, man. But then again, we just gotta see it, right? At the end of the day, we just gotta see it. We just gotta see it. We make all these predictions and stuff like that. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, or the fight doesn't end or go as we plan, because these guys are the human, man. The human, they're able to adapt. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, Adrien Broner might get outclassed in that fight, and then you never know. Adrien Broner might bring out that dog in Terrance Crawford. He might bring out the dog in Terrance Crawford, and they might get into it, and maybe Adrien Broner can best him that way. You just never know. You take people out, sometimes you can take people into deep waters, and you just really they find out they can't swim. They think they can swim, but they can't. So it's like fighting an alligator or a shark in water? You know, would you do it, or would you rather fight them on land? You know, you got to be especially with a shark, you'd be at a bigger advantage fighting the shark on land versus water. So, all right, man. I'm gonna end it there, man. I'll catch y'all later. All right, bye.